Hi guys, so welcome back to my YouTube. I've not posted on here in a while, and I'll be completely honest, it's because I just didn't know what to post. So I thought I'd jump on, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little like TBR for you, so sort of stuff that I've got like on my book collection here that I'm wanting to read, and then things that I've either pre-ordered, I'm wanting to get my hands on, or just stuff that I'm really looking forward to sort of trying to get to read over the course of the rest of this year. Primarily because a lot of my focus over the past sort of couple of years has been making my way through Akatar, Throne of Glass, Crescent City, and now that I've done that, it's sort of trying to find the books that I really want to read and series that I am sort of part way through that I'm finishing or aiming to finish either this year or next year. And I thought it might be nice to sort of show you what I'm wanting to read. On that note, grab a drink, grab a snack, and this might be a long one because my TBR is very long, and yeah, let's get into it. I thought this might be nice to start off with like series I'm wanting to finish, because obviously those books are on my TBR, some of them I own, some of them I don't own, some of them are pre-ordered, and I thought it might be nice to go through them and sort of talk about the top series I'd like to finish this year coming into next year, mainly because there's a lot of series that I feel like I've started that I'm not desperate to finish, and that's mainly because I've either just grown out of sort of the books, or as I've read them I've got bored, or I've sort of really liked the first couple of books and then I've read like another couple and I've gone, oh, this isn't for me, if that makes sense. But these are the series that I'm reading that I'm really enjoying and I really want to finish reading. And some of them I started a few years ago, some of them are recent. So yeah, it's just series that I've really been enjoying and that I can't wait to finish. So firstly is Redeeming 6, which is from the Boys of Tommen series, as you can see here on my shelf. So I've read Binding 13, I've read Keeping 13, I've read Saving 6, forgot what it was then, and now this is the second book about Joey. So far I've enjoyed Binding 13 and Keeping 13 more than I have the Saving and Redeeming 6 books, but need to say I do think this book may break me because I know what's coming, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't read it, but oh my lord, these books will break your heart and make you cry. But really, really good. Really love this series. Next is Twisted Games. I've started the first book, which is Twisted Love, and I read that probably a couple years ago now, and then I got my hands on the rest of the series in, I want to say, Waterstones. And do you know what? I really loved that book. It was a little bit like light-hearted sort of romance, but I did enjoy it, and every year on my TBR I've been like, I'm gonna read this book, I'm gonna read the next one, and I just haven't done it. So yeah, looking forward to reading this eventually, and it's meant to be really good. Twisted Lies is good, and I know they're making that into a movie or a TV series in the coming years. I think Netflix have the rights. Very exciting. So looking forward to that. Then Powerless by Elsie Silver. So this is the Chestnut Springs series. I've read the first 2 books. Can't remember which ones they're called. Just remember that one of them is about Rhett Eaton and the other's about Cade Eaton. Cade being my favourite. This being the third, and it is about, oh, what's his name? Jasper Jarvis. And I've started this. I'd say I'm probably about halfway through, but really looking forward to finishing this series. And then I have got one of the other series is on my bookshelf that I'm looking forward to reading. Then another book series I want to finish is the One Dark Window series, which is only a duology, but I have read the first book, loved it, thought it was really, really good. And then I am looking into starting the second book, which is Twisted Crowns, I want to say. So yeah, I really want to finish that duology off because I loved that first book. It was the first book I read this year, actually. And you know what? It was a really good book to kick off the year because I wasn't sure about it. I'd started to read it before and didn't love it, and then picked it back up and really, really enjoyed it. Really, really good book, and I'm really looking forward to reading the second one, especially based off how the first book ended. But I just needed a little bit of a break from like the fantasy genre at that point. Then books on my pre-order for series is, need to say, ACOTAR 6, ACOTAR 7, obviously. If you've read the books, no matter where you are in the series, I feel like everybody's pre-ordered it at this point, and it is the book of the year this year when it comes out, so cannot wait for that. Can't wait to see where she goes with it. I won't lie, the theories are getting me more and more excited the more I read. Just need her to release the titles now, please, Sarah. And then as well, obviously Threshing Day, which, if you don't know, is Rebecca Yarris's new book that's coming out in September, I believe. And that's been pre-ordered. I pre-ordered that the second I saw it pop up on Waterstones before she'd even announced it, and it was all speculated. And I'm really excited for that. So I think it's going to be a good one. Bear in mind, that's not really a continuation of the series. It's just sort of almost a prequel, if you will, is my best way of wording it. But really looking forward to that. So they're probably the main series I'm really looking forward to continuing that are on my TBR. And now let's just jump into series I'm wanting to start, singular books I'm really looking forward to reading this year or next year. So yeah. So firstly, I'll be honest, I'm really surprised I've not started this because I keep saying I'm going to, but that is Quicksilver. I've had so many good reviews about this book, and I've got the second one. I've got Quicksilver and I've got Brimstone, and I have the original cover to Quicksilver because I won't lie, controversy can be controversy. I prefer this to the new covers she released. I wish that people hadn't swayed her to change it because I just think that it's just so pretty, and yeah, I wish she'd never changed it, but really want to read this. I think part of the reason I haven't read it, I won't lie, is because the copy I have is the hardback. I don't know if she's released paperbacks yet, actually. Oh, don't know, but I won't lie, I think that's partially why I've not started it. And could get it on Kindle, but yeah, I just haven't really dived into it yet, but definitely want to start this series. I picked this book up the other day. It's been sort of on my list for a while, and that is God of Malice. The whole series is meant to be good. Obviously it's a bit darker, and I'm really wanting to get in sort of a bit more dark romance because I've not really dabbled in it much, and I do have a feeling I'm gonna really like it. So God of Malice. And then these two sort of come hand in hand, which is why I'm going to do them together. They're two new other series, which is Caraval and Once Upon a Broken Heart. I have the entire series for both of these, and I started reading Caraval, and then I don't remember why I didn't finish it. I only read like 20-30 pages, and then I just never picked it back up again. So yeah, I am aware you need to read Caraval first and then read this. However, I'm more excited for this series than I am for Caraval. I don't know if that's controversial. I don't know if other people feel that way, but that's how I feel. And I don't know if that's because this is pretty in pink. And it's a bit different because obviously it's very like fairy tale and whimsical, and not a lot of fantasy is that way now. So yeah, definitely looking forward to these two. Swiftly following on, I believe this is now a duology. It wasn't originally when I bought it, but that's When the Moon Hatched. I've heard so many mixed opinions about this book. which is why I've not read it yet. I do want to read it. I bought it really wanting to read it when I saw it in Tesco's actually, but it's just so boring to start with. Like, I read the first page and I was like, oh, this is really wordy. Obviously it's a book, it's gonna be, but yeah, I think the controversy about it and around it has put me off a bit, but I do really want to read it nonetheless. So yeah, then The Cruel Prince. Again, I've had this on my TBR for a while. I won't lie, I picked it up after seeing a TikTok about the tail on him and was like, oh, looks like I'm gonna have to read this now. So yeah, but again, really want to read this. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna love it, but I do really want to read it. Then I got this one from 66 Books the last time I went, and I've seen it on TikTok before I went, but then ever since I bought it, I feel like it's been all over my For You page, which is really weird that TikTok knew I bought it. Just saying. But that's Scythe. I think that's how you say it. Don't come for me if I've said it wrong, please. But it gives Hunger Game vibes, but a bit darker. I don't like that it's a shiny cover, but I do really want to read it. Like, I picked it up and I thought it just sounds really good and a bit different. Hunger Gamesy but different is my best way of wording it. But yeah, definitely want to pick this up. I think, again, it's part of a series. I think a lot of these are a part of a series. I feel like I don't pick up singular books at this point, which is probably why my TBR is so long, to be honest. A couple more books that I'm really wanting to pick up on my TBR that I don't have physical copies of and have either been reading on Kindle or audiobooking, to be honest, because I've really jumped into my audiobooking recently, are the Off-Campus series. I read the first 2 books now. Really enjoyed them. The first book wasn't my fave. The second book I liked a lot more, and I'm really wanting to get into the rest of them. The next book I have to read is Ali and Dean's book, which I can't wait for. Not gonna lie, I love them in the series. So yeah, that should be really good. Then I'm also wanting to continue reading the Book of Asriel series. I'm not sure on the names of them. I am currently audiobooking one of them, but for the life of me I can't remember its name. So I think it's God and Monsters series it's called. So I want to continue reading those. And then I guess this one's a standalone actually. Just doesn't feel it because Frida McFadden's written that many books. But I really want to read The Teacher. My friend recommended it to me. I think it's her favourite Frida book, and I really want to read that. And that is on Kindle Unlimited. I do need to go out and buy a physical copy, can't lie. But yeah, they're books I'm really sort of wanting to get to read that are clogging up my TBR at this point. And I feel like I have so many books to read. It's a little bit crazy. So that's sort of a roundabout of my TBR, what I'm wanting to read, what I am wanting to finish, almost in a sense, with series is. But comment down below what is like your top 3 TBR. I really want to know. Do you recommend any of these books to me that I've listed? Do you think any of them are like, oh no, don't read that? And if so, please let me know. And let me know why without spoiling them, because at this point my TBR is daunting. I can't lie. Cannot wait to get round to reading them. So yeah. Anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed the video. This was a bit of a different background. This is my bookshelf. By the way, my last video was just sat on my bed, just having a little chit chat. So that's that. And let me know if you want me to do series that I'm not mega excited to read, if that makes sense. I will finish them because it feels a bit funny leaving them unfinished, but please let me know if you want to see a video on sort of books on my TBR that I'm not diving into reading right now and why, which again could be controversial, guys. So yeah, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye.